Now we continue with you and the planet Mercury and how Mercury affects your birth chart. Mercury is the planet of intelligence. So how does the power of Mercury expresses itself in your personality? Ask yourself, do you easily strike up conversations with strangers? Or do you only open up to friends? Are you the kind who on a moment's notice will have the travel bag packed to rush off a trip? Or do you prefer a quiet evening at home? Do you enjoy speaking in front of groups? Or would you rather tell stories in your own living room? Do you concentrate on the idea to see it through to the end? Or do you rather have many different projects going on at the same time? You can start to answer these questions by looking at your horoscope. Find the position of Mercury, planet of the mind, in your chart. From the very beginning of man's observation of this elusive planet, as the planet is called, Mercury has been associated with speed and also agility. In ancient mythology, Mercury was the messenger of gods. He was young, beautiful, and swift as the wind, for his feet had wings. He was assigned to communication, commerce, and everything that required skill and dexterity. Not only was he clever in speech, but he also was the inventor of music, mathematics, and astronomy. In Roman mythology, the Mercury was even called god of thieves because he was seen as a cunning trickster. In astrology, Mercury is the planet of mental activity, communication, and intellectual energy. Mercury rules your intelligence, your perception, and your reason. Also your memory and speaking and writing. Mercury also reflects how you see, hear, understand, and assimilate the information. Mercury is also assigned to your day-to-day travel, short trips, and the various means of transportation. Furthermore, Mercury controls the functions of nerves, arms, hands, and fingers. When Mercury is prominent in a person's horoscope, the person is a good speaker, a lively and amusing storyteller, and a clever and shrewd bargainer. He or she will probably have a good memory, a talent for debate, and a quick energy about them. Mercury also rules the voice, so people with Mercury influences, they are successful at public speaking, they have often a wonderful singing voice, and they have also the ability to acting, and they are often found in the profession of theater. Mercury protects travelers and benefits education and also research. And Mercury's rulership even extends to the nervous system and the ability how one's handwriting, pens and pencils are managed. There is a negative side to Mercury. It produces a tendency to be critical, sometimes sarcastic, and argumentative. Because Mercury travels so close to the Sun, it is never very far from the Sun in your birth chart. It is always either in your Sun sign or in the sign immediately preceding or following your Sun sign. Here we go to see a little bit closer the astrological look at Mercury. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system and also the planet nearest the Sun. Mercury is about 36 million miles away from the Sun. Its diameter is 3,000 miles compared to the Earth's diameter of almost 8,000 miles. Mercury moves very quickly, completing a revolution around the Sun every 88 days, as opposed to the Earth's orbit around the Sun of 365 days and 1/4 of a day. Because Mercury is so close to the Sun, it is difficult to see it through a telescope. When nearest to the Earth, Mercury is between us and the Sun and cannot be spotted. And because Mercury cannot be seen, is not visible long after sunset, as well as long before sunrise, observations are made in daylight, which then are difficult to make. Mercury's orbit is very near our horizon, and the haze of the Earth's atmosphere further clouds our vision of the planet. Thankful for recent space probes, we now have a much better and clearer picture of the planet. Before, the astronomers believed that Mercury did not turn on an axis the way the Earth does, but latest findings show, however, that Mercury does rotate on an axis, its own axis, once every 59 days. Thus, the planet makes 3 rotations during 2 revolutions around the Sun, resulting in the rather unusual phenomenon of there being exactly 3 Mercury days in every 2 Mercury years. According to photographs made by the Mariner 10 probe, the surface of Mercury is similar to our moon's. It's rippled and pitted with craters. Mercury appears as an evening star in March and April, and as a morning star in September and October. The ancient Greeks thought it was 2 stars, a morning star they named Apollo, and an evening star they called Mercury. In Egypt too, it was seen or regarded as 2 stars, Set and Horus, known to be the stars of thought and thinking in Egypt. So that was Mercury. Next one comes up is Venus. I come back in a while, okay? Until then.